And now, from the Cave of Wonders, live in the presence of gods, welcome to the Rain Man Show.
Your Honor, please! All right, welcome everybody to the Rain Man Show. July 24th, already closing in on August.
Oh, yeah, we know.
And honestly, the summer cannot come to an end any sooner.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking miserable. And it's been just overnight, too.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it through the show. I'm just going to warn people now, Thomas. Earlier during the Patreon show, we had to shut down momentarily because it is so hot in the state of Arizona. Those warnings on national news this morning isn't a joke. This isn't the mistake that Hawaii made when they said nuclear bombs are coming to destroy your home. This is for real.
Yeah.
This is for real.
The heat feels like there was a bomb not too far away.
Probably, a nuclear fallout?
Yeah.
I want to be surprised. I mean, we're figuring out how to combat the weather on Mars. Can we figure out how to, before we send people to Mars, Thomas? Oh, it's so hot there, we don't know if they're going to be able to survive. How about you figure out how we're going to survive in the state of Arizona when it's 120?
We have people die every year from not drinking enough water.
Yeah,
and
well,
just
those are dumb people, though.
No, but I'm like, you're
Those are
right,
dumb
though.
people.
Let's fix this hellhole first.
Let's fix the entrance to hell, which is Arizona.
Satan's back door is Phoenix.
Yeah, there's a reason why guns of all types are legal here. We need to defend ourselves versus, against Lucifer and the demons.
The legions of hell.
The legions of hell. They just creep out. Like those Tolkien books where if you live too close to the mountains of Mordor, you tend to get attacked by orcs a little more frequently than people farther.
That's why Arizona has gun laws.
Or the White Walkers. When you live too close to the north, to the wall.
Makes sense.
People are going to be attacked. The people first by that wall are the ones who are attacked. And that's us. We are the first line of defense, Arizona. People didn't know that.
It makes your commute to work very interesting. Chain gun on the back of the truck, trying to take out demons.
Well, now suddenly Arizona sounds awesome.
I know, right? If only, dude. That'd be nice compared to overnight your car will burn you just by trying to open the door.
It really does, man. It's brutal. And it's taken a toll on the studio. We already lost one piece of equipment. That's not cheap. I want to say about 6-8 weeks ago. Finally got it repaired. And now we're tripping the equipment again because it's so hot. So I have 2 fans now on the equipment in hopes that we're going to keep things cooled off. That fan does, this little fan I put here, Thomas, it does help quite a bit to keep this entire area cooler, which I have to believe is going to help cool off the equipment.
You need some kind of nitrogen liquid cooling system running through the entire equipment setup.
Whatever happens in the next year, because I know we're going to be leaving these studios and we're going to get something else within the next 12 months. And wherever we go is going to have a state-of-the-art air conditioning system. And also automatic artillery that can just shoot Andrew in the head when he annoys me.
You're going to have to buy more rounds than pay for AC.
Yeah. Speaking of dumb people in Hawaii and nuclear warnings that were false, I'm questioning the smarts of some of the people in Hawaii. Okay. Because they are now creating tours that will take you along the recently appeared volcanic rivers that go through Hawaii. There are companies that have now started tours that will take you up to the volcanic rivers.
That doesn't seem like a bad idea.
No, it's a great idea, Thomas. What are you talking about? Molten lava? I mean, that's safe.
These tires are, grade A.
I mean, never mind. Forget the heat. Let's just forget the heat for a moment, okay? Let's pretend molten lava was cold.
Okay.
What about the dangerous air of the surrounding area? People die. It's toxic. But let's take a tour right along the coast of these rivers of lava.
Which it's still an active volcano, so if anything were to happen again, guess where the lava's got an already clear path?
It did happen. These tours already, people were injured with a child, 3 years old. 3 years old, Thomas. I believe she was 3. If someone want to fact check, that's fine. But I think she was 3 to 5 years old. And an entire tour bus The top of it was melted off when volcano popped out of the river.
You're an idiot.
I made a joke last week, a couple weeks ago, that made Ryan really upset about Jurassic Park.
Right.
And how people are stupid. You're an idiot. Nobody would take their kids to see live dinosaurs in the real world. It just wouldn't happen. But we have dumbass motherfuckers going on lava tours.
There's an 80% chance we'll get burned to death.
I honestly think they should be death tours. Like, the tour company should be a farce. Be like, hey, you know what? If you're willing to take this tour, we're going to drive you right into the fire and end your fucking pathetic life because you don't deserve to live.
It's just remote control.
You're an idiot. First off, I am not going to Hawaii right now. There's a new landmass forming in the water next to Hawaii currently right now. It's live on a live stream. You can look it up. There's a new mass. They're going to have a new island soon that they can tour.
Okay.
Would you think it's a good idea right now? Even though they say it's safe because they don't want to disrupt commerce, right?
Right.
Okay. Would you go to Hawaii right now with a live volcano? Now, mind you, volcanoes are unpredictable.
Right.
And that's not me exaggerating. Even with modern technology, Thomas, they have no idea how serious an eruption can be and when it can happen. Hawaii, this isn't new. Hawaii has an end date. I'm telling you, Armageddon's going to start there.
In Hawaii.
Hawaii, they've had an active volcano for as long as I can remember. Just because it's active doesn't mean it's erupting. You can have an active volcano where it's hot inside and there's a bunch of things going on inside. Doesn't mean it's going to be spilling over. Now it's spilling over. Would you go there, Thomas?
It would not be my first vacation destination. No. I would go somewhere else before I'd go to Hawaii at this moment. Because even if I went to one of the islands that wasn't where the volcano was actually a part of, ash plume, God knows what, would make it difficult.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
I don't understand why anybody would decide that it was a good idea. Okay, Hawaii, I can almost think, all right, well, Hawaii's huge. We don't know where this volcano actually is. We already know millions of people live there. So I can see where somebody planning a vacation may think it's not a big deal. So I can even forgive that type of dumbness.
Going there, yeah. Different islands.
Yeah,
you know.
I can understand that. But if you're one of those people deciding to go on a tour to see the lava rivers, just fall in. Because you're not contributing anything to society.
Yeah.
Just when I questioned the smarts of people if they would actually go visit a park where dinosaurs roam, this happens.
Yeah.
People make dumb
it's
decisions.
It's the same thing. I've got a bunch of forks. Do you guys want to try plugging them into these old electric sockets? See if any of them are live?
What's wrong with people?
This is why Russian roulette became a game.
Yeah.
Because some Russian was bored. And it's like, what are the chances? 1 out of 6, and then bang. People are stupid.
Am I alone in here? I mean, in this thought, Tony? I mean, would you go to Hawaii right now and decide to tour the lavas?
I wouldn't even I don't think I'd even survive getting, even close enough to what would be safe distance or whatever because of the fumes, because of the temperature, because it sounds like it's hot enough that you might even combust.
You just spontaneously
spontaneously combust at 100 yards.
He's not lying. Because when you're close enough to heat, you don't need to touch the fire to burst into flames.
But you know what, Mike? You got a good point there that there are people who are saying, ooh, Hawaii's got a brand new island. Let's go check it out.
I bet I can buy real estate there.
And I'll bet you also this, Mike, that there's some dumb fuck who's probably planning on swimming to that new piece of land right now. I'm going to surf to that piece of land right now.
Not realizing that the water is boiling up around it. But it's water, guys. Water fights fire, so it's not hot, right?
I've played Pokemon. I know how this works.
The water will protect me.
Society is getting so dumb. If we were to have another major war, you would no doubt have somebody create tours to tour the war zone.
Tour the war zone.
If it was allowed by the United States government, they could make an extra $1 or $2
that
on tours.
Happened, right?
See? People are dumb.
Yeah.
Mike, let's take advantage of this. Rain Man Tours.
Tour Vietnam.
Yes.
Hey, everybody.
I'll be more than happy to bring the white man to the jungle.
When you hear that pop in, that usually means I'm going to talk. You guys, look closely. Andrew's not having any fun tonight because it's not about him. So let me bring you on this tour. I'm gonna use you as body armor.
He gets a free ticket.
Yeah, you get a free ticket.
Oh, I've always wanted to go on a vacation.
Yep. Here, get really close to Charlie.
So peaceful this time of year.
Come on, guys. It's only $5. $10 for the entire family. Doesn't even matter if there's 3 or 4 of you.
Okay.
So, buy a family package. $10 will get you into this tour. We're going to take you right along the war zone. Never mind Charlie and the evil Muslims firing shots. Also, if we're lucky, we might be able to see some Christian beheadings. So, everybody, come on in. Keep your hands in the vehicle, though. We don't want to lose any hands.
Will there be a photo opportunity?
Hold on a second.
Oh,
That one was close. Oh, wow. All right, everybody. You guys safe back there? You guys got your bulletproof vests on and helmets? Yeah?
Do I need these masks?
Can I go home?
No.
Excuse me, I paid extra for a coolie hat.
But we're going to use you and Andrew as a way to reenact the beaches of Normandy. All right? So. Oh, wait, Bob's here, too. Hey, Bob, are you enjoying this tour?
Yeah. When do I actually get to shoot one of these guys?
No, it's
no, if you look at the
eyes
pamphlet, we
only.
just watch people get shot.
Wait, I wanted to shoot.
No.
No, that's the other tour. That's the 6 o'clock.
Charlie, don't surf.
The desert.
Does the souvenir stand have ear necklaces?
Yes, we're going to go there momentarily.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. You can also buy the grinded up bones of Christians that were killed by Muslims.
What about
Ooh,
gold
can I buy-
teeth from
can
the
I-
Jews?
Yes.
Can I buy the shrunken heads?
The shrunken heads. We're not like in Indiana Jones.
That's Disneyland, goddammit.
And isn't that a different part of the world, too? We're touring the Middle East right now. Even though
we
we're
were
in
touring Vietnam.
it's wherever I decide to take the bus, the tour bus.
Have you not seen the Magic School Bus?
Andrew, it's more like Willy Wonka. You know,
I
where
see.
we suddenly pass the different worlds, the different areas, and we don't know where we're at.
And what child gets out with nothing, you know?
Yeah.
And who ends up never being seen again?
I'm going to throw Andrew off the tour bus. The Muslims will kill him because they think he's gay.
He's too white. And they'll see his love for penis, and they'll just be like, this guy's got to go.
Yeah.
People would do it, though, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously people did. So if you had dinosaurs or a war tour.
So what is this? They had actual war tours.
So in the...
Look at Thomas knowing something.
I cannot remember if it's the
So,
Civil War
there it goes.
or the Revolutionary War.
the
I think it was the
Civil War?
Civil
They had
War.
tours?
The Civil War.
Were they on horses?
One of the early battles.
Horse and carriage?
People thought the war was going to be so quick and so over with that they actually had planned out picnics. And I can't remember the name of the battle right now, but people went out to the field where the troops were supposed to meet and to watch it happen. And then when obviously shit went south, they quickly left. That's fucking true. I will find out the
It
exact
was the Battle of Bull Run.
Thank you. People used to do that.
Yep.
So right now, if you had a tour, you want to see the Horrors of War tour, they will have it. If you look on your left, you'll see the Jihad wanting to attack this very caravan right now.
Are we almost in Syria?
You'll have to ask Jeep Tour Mike. I'm not quite sure. I just know a little bit about the area.
Now, if you guys got to keep it down because these horses they're used to gunfire and killings. But they're not used to your loud voices. You guys got to keep it down. Never mind the South using Operation Human Shield as their failsafe. But this is a commonly used tactic during the Civil War.
You'll hear the battle cry off
If
to the
you guys
left.
are lucky, you may see a slave master. Oh, whoa.
I bid 100.
Jesus.
This is Tony's tour. Tony, go ahead and take us on this tour of the Civil War. Go ahead.
Right over there is like the picnic ground. Like don't mind the body parts. You just sweep them along. And over there, if we hang out long enough, they'll start doing the auction real soon.
In the middle of the war zone.
Yeah,
Really?
like there's a discount for those with partial limbs. They're still useful. They're still useful.
Wait, hold on. I'm part of this tour. How are the body parts still useful?
No, I mean the people without all four.
Like if
all
they've
four
got
of the
3
body
limbs,
parts.
there's
Yeah.
a discounted rate.
How is somebody with missing 4 body limbs? How are they still useful?
No. Just missing one.
You just said all 4.
What about
just
this?
missing a foot? I misspoke.
I was told that you could bring in body parts and exchange them as coupons to get like souvenirs and goods.
If I bring in the body parts of one guy, like all together, can I get a whole one?
An exchange rate.
It depends on the
Scavenger
color.
hunt.
Yeah. So if time travel ever becomes a thing, Tony's got a business opportunity.
Yeah.
Come on.
Doc Brown, where are you now?
All right. So Bob's in studio today. Hello, Bob.
Hello.
All right. So we had planned that we're going to be discussing Comic-Con stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You usually come back with some really fantastic stories.
Yes.
And this year we had a doozy.
Yes.
And I don't use that word very often. But the story I heard was a doozy. And of course, Ryan was involved. And there was alcohol involved. And when you put Ryan, Bob, and Comic-Con, you throw those ingredients together with alcohol,
You get a
you're
lawsuit.
going to have a very antagonistic group of people.
Yeah.
Because these guys, antagonistic's the wrong word.
They're just evil.
A
Belligerent?
poking and prodding. Bob and Ryan love the stoke, the fires of mayhem. And that's what they did to an individual. Now, can we say the boy band that they're in?
We can say, let's say they were in a late 90s boy band who is still around that might be in their 40s now.
Okay. All right. Now, you had a really good story, and we're going to have to really skate a fine line here because about 15 minutes before the show, you received word from a big company,
Yes.
and they said, you cannot talk about this.
I was instructed that I should not talk about this on air. Yes.
Okay. Well, of course, Rain Man style. I'm just going to destroy your...
Circumnavigate
I'm gonna
that
destroy
anyway.
your relationship. First off, I want to know how they found out, because you told me 2 hours before the show, you mentioned that somebody that you were annoyed with told Ryan via text message that you are not able to share the video you have or even tell the story without permission.
Because I cleared it with somebody that was in on the hustle with me.
The hustle.
Oh, Jesus
Oh.
That
God.
I could, how I would use,
How you would
use
present
his
the
name?
information.
Would I use an alias? How I would, because there was a party outside of Rain Man that helped me with my hustle.
Okay, so the party that helped you with your hustle. What the hustle?
Yes.
What
there
are
was
you,
a-
like, Bobby Ocean?
There's criminal activity at every San Diego Comic-Con, it seems.
There was a hustle and flow going on.
Well, we scammed this man pretty bad to think things that weren't exactly true.
Now, it's his fault, though. This member of said unsaid boy band
Mm-hmm.
was definitely on drugs. I saw the video, and his eyes, he could not focus. It wasn't marijuana. It was something more hard. I would say possibly coke.
Is Bob uncomfortable?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Bob, if I go a little too far, just give me a little nod, and I won't go so deep.
I am perfectly fine. With the thing that cracks me up, they think I'm a nobody until I have something.
I'm just frustrated that we had this all planned to talk about this.
Yes, me too.
And somebody went to lengths to create trouble for us.
Yeah, oh, yes.
And it's probably the kid that you were talking about.
I know exactly who it is. I have confirmed it, and I will make his life a living hell as long as I can.
Yeah, so he tells you need to get permission. And he's a nobody.
He's an actual nobody.
He's a literal nobody.
Is he a listener?
He's
Is
just
he a
a
listener?
I don't. If he is, he better not listen.
No, he's not.
I will block his IP address. But first, he needs to tell me what his IP address is. So we had this all planned, and apparently the guy wasn't happy, right, Bob, with you moving along with your plans, and he then went over you and actually spoke to people in charge.
Yes.
And then they reached out to you.
Yes, they actually contacted me and Ryan directly.
And they're terrified right now because of the whole Disney thing and how Disney is, and I'm not saying they're associated with Disney. I'm just using them as an example.
There's a lot of things going around in Hollywood and some of these things that they are afraid that if this comes out,
we'll have ramifications.
Yes.
Yeah. Why do you hang out with such bitches, Bob? Like, how is this guy even part of your group? Why was he there?
He's really not. He is part of...
Is he in the video?
No, he is not.
Okay.
He is part of the bigger group.
Can we have him tour a Hawaiian lava river?
Again, it's going to be my life's goal now to make this guy's life a living hell.
Can we have him tour the jungles of Vietnam?
He gets a free ticket.
His free ticket.
Okay.
Front row seat.
Can we drop him?
He gets in the splash zone.
Okay. Can we drop him in a hiking zone in Arizona in the 120-degree weather?
Yeah.
Does he live here?
Swimming? No, he does not.
No.
He can go swimming in the volcanoes. I'll get him to Hawaii.
So we'll get into that a little bit later. We'll probably talk. I'm going to talk to you off the air and find out how we can
better describe the
how
story.
we can get into this, because I think it's fucking hilarious and just gold. And maybe we'll release the video. Can we release the video on Patreon so it's not technically public?
Yes, I will agree to that.
Okay.
Let's release it on the $1 tier.
The $1 tier.
Yeah.
So it's not public technically,
It's
and
not
people can't
public,
get mad.
And they can't get mad. And let's release it on the $1 tier. So if you guys want to see exactly the hustle I pulled
Okay.
on said boy band, go join the $1 tier and I will release the video there.
So he partied with this certain boy band member. Was there any gay things that happened?
No.
I mean, technically, if there was, Ryan probably didn't come anyways, so he can still say he's straight either way.
Yes, Ryan is still straight no matter what happened.
All right, speaking of coming and gayness, I got an email from a listener, and I can't really decipher. I'm going to read the actual email. Okay, I got an email, Thomas, from a listener. I will leave his name out.
Okay.
Okay? Yes, I'll leave his name out.
All right.
We know it's a he.
We'll release his name on the $1 tier on Patreon.
Yeah.
Now, help me work through this, because I took it as a negative.
Okay.
Okay. But I don't know. Sometimes I'm a hothead when it comes to content. When people criticize what we do, sometimes it's hard for me to separate. A little more
defensive.
I get a little angry.
Right.
So the email I got, longtime listener, your show continues to grow and evolve, and I can honestly say that it keeps getting better as the months go by. Positive, right?
Okay.
I've noticed a trend over the past 12 to 6 months, and your show keeps getting more and more gay.
Okay.
Was it Dustin?
With your recent game announcement, Hacky Sack to the Nuts, I feel like it's a way for you to fantasize about your host. That's the email.
That's it?
That's it.
That's the email. I mean, he says toodles and bye.
Do you fantasize about us?
So my question is he started out, he did what you do as a manager of a business. Well, I like what you do here.
Right.
However, you need to improve on this.
Right. 2 comments and a critique, that kind of thing.
Is that negative? And have we gone gay?
First of all, I don't think it's that negative.
Should we start opening the show up with show tunes? Is that...
Well, Andrew's news already is show tunes, isn't it? So there's that.
Yeah.
We had the whole Tony and Brian special video for everyone to watch. Now, I don't think it was super negative. It sounds more like a joke at your expense.
Yeah.
I think it's more interesting that he imagines you want to fantasize about causing someone pain to their nutsack.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't sound exactly gay to me. That just sounds more vindictive, which I could agree. Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah.
Because it'd make you laugh.
Right. That's the point. It's humorous. And listen, I don't care if you think I'm gay, because that's not a bad thing. I'm 100% straight. I think that's fairly clear. However, I do think there's something funny about straight men being put into gay scenarios.
Well, and the show has gotten a little bit more gay. We'll fully admit that.
Because it's funny. Not homosexuality isn't humorous, But the fact that for the most part, I think I used to think we identify as straight. I feel like only a few of us can identify as straight nowadays. But the point is, for the most part, we're macho men. This is a macho man show. You know, it's a
dude show.
It's a dude show that
is kind of gay.
Well, I don't know. Is it?
I don't really think so. Not that much. Don't friends always joke gay jokes even as a kid, like growing up with your buddies? You do gay jokes. It's something that you do. It's like I don't know if is that homophobic though? I think people use that word too much.
Yeah.
Then as just if you don't like anything or if you're too much of one thing in either direction, people use that word.
Tony, do you think the show's gone too gay?
Was the email from Tony?
No. I think if it would have gone gay, we'd be wearing rainbows right now and like talking Broadway show tunes. We're not at that point yet. We're not at that point
yet.
As the show tunes.
Hey, listen. If it makes me gay that I like to tuck my dick between my legs and cluck like a chicken, then I guess I'm a gay man.
Hallelujah, come on, get happy.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's a bit of a reveal there.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Come on, get happy. The Lord is
Bob, has the show gone too gay?
No. It's
not gay enough.
Not gay enough. It's not gay till the second knuckle.
Very good.
Well, you be sure to tell us when we get to that second knuckle, okay?
I usually don't tell.
I'll squeeze.
Clench. Jesus.
Andrew, do you feel like the show's gone really gay?
No.
Yeah.
No, man, this is straight.
Yeah, I like how that's what he tries to be all.
Straightest thing.
This is straight, fool. This is straight.
Be reserved.
Yo, man.
This is cool. This is a man show.
Man show. It's all
manliest thing he
it's
does.
all about pussies and titties.
Also, there is a method to the madness. Yes, there's some craziness to the show, but also it's all about acceptance. Something cannot become normal or a part of everyday life until you can laugh at it.
Yeah.
Until we treat it like any other topic. You're not special if you're Mexican. You're not special if you're gay. You're just another cog on the wheel of this mad machine we call life. And I feel like if we were to stay away from gay jokes, or we were to stay away from certain things, it would say something about us.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a nice way, in our own way, to create acceptance.
If I'm comfortable with it, I'm joking about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The people who are not comfortable with it are the ones who don't joke about it.
Yeah.
They're the ones who are offended
Angry.
by things, get angry about everything.
Because if you really don't care because it is normal or just it's not that big a deal, you're going to laugh and just move past it. If you get uppity about it, frankly, it's because you have a problem with it.
You know why I know you're gay?
Why?
Because you think the Rain Man show is too gay? So stupid. I mean, this guy sounds like a fan.
Yeah.
But are you a super fan if you complain?
Does he want to come in for karaoke nutsack? Hacky sack? Or...
I mean,
I think super fans can complain.
I don't like to call people that listen to our show fans. I feel like it's just kind of pretentious. But I guess if you're listening day in, day out, you're a Patreon pledger, you are a super fan of the Rain Man Digital Network. But are you can you be considered a super fan if you complain?
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
Because I used to think Randy was a super fan.
She is a super fan.
But is she? She gave me 2 stars.
You're still on that?
Of course, I'm always going to be on it.
I think you can absolutely be a super fan and still complain about something because nothing's perfect.
Okay, so what makes you a super fan?
You listen to every episode. You download everything. You pay extra money for additional stuff.
Andrew, post in the Invasion Force, what makes you a super fan of Rain Man Digital?
Got it.
I think if you listen to every episode when at your first available opportunity, you're a super fan. But that doesn't mean you can't have complaints or wish you would go back to a joke or you thought one thing was funnier than the other. You can always complain about something. Nothing's perfect.
This
I mean, aren't there movies that you love?
Everything.
Yeah, from me. I'm still fans of things, but I bitch about things nonstop. I mean, I can't think that Bob, you don't, or Mike doesn't have something about something you love that you wish could be improved or you have issue with to some degree.
Well, I'm gonna draw a line in the sand. If you complain about the show, you're not a super fan.
How do you feel about The Last Jedi?
Listen, I'm not a super fan of Last Jedi. But am I a fan of Star Wars?
So we're splitting hairs like that.
No. But don't defend Randy, okay?
No, I'm defending super fans.
She gave me 2 stars. All right, well, okay, this is a good debate. What makes you a super fan then? And I think we should actually make this official, okay? There's a lot of shows out there that are popular talk radio programs that have their version of super fans.
Right.
And mine is the Invasion Force. And I feel like if you're in the Invasion Force, you're definitely probably a higher tier fan. But are you a super fan just because you're part of that Invasion Force? And I think we need to put together an actual group.
A more
an actual group.
Selective.
An elite group.
Are we creating class system?
Yes.
Is this an ego thing?
No, we're going to make an elite class of super fans, and they will be the true Invasion Force.
They got a 5-star all our shows and show proof.
Yeah,
See,
I want
feel
receipts.
I feel like that's become disingenuous.
No. Bob, you listen to radio programs. Some of the biggest radio programs have their group of elites.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean you can't call into the show. It doesn't mean you can't enjoy the show. It doesn't mean I don't appreciate you. But I feel like for our 200th episode, we need to officially induct. We need to. What are you laughing at, Andrew?
Sorry.
Somebody just. Dicks.
What are you laughing at?
Sean just posted in the Invasion Force.
Yes.
Being a super fan is having issues with the Rain Man app on Android, but not giving Mike 2 stars about it.
Wait, what now?
Bravo.
Wait, hold on. What did Sean say?
Having issues with the Rain Man app on Android, but not giving Mike 2 stars because of it.
You know what?
There you go. Winner,
Nomination.
chicken dinner.
Come on, get happy.
There you go.
Yeah. I like Sean's response.
Is he inducted already for that?
I don't know. I'm not gonna be the one only to induct people. Everybody in this show, in the Rain Man show only, and people who guest spot, Ryan, Bobby, Lauren, Brian, will all be a part of the group that will induct certain members based on criteria.
Like my own criteria? Or what we come
based
up with?
on your own, how you like.
Usually,
for example,
if they want to bang me.
Oh,
What?
so
His list is real
he's
long.
basically going to say Raina is immediately in.
Yeah.
So all the fatties in the studio is going to induct Raina because they think they have a chance.
I'm a simple man.
I ain't too proud to beg.
Now, the reason why I want everybody who's involved with the Rain Man show is because we all come online at different times. And I feel like every listener or every host and co-host has their own version of each listener. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why I want each of them to put in their nominee. We're going to choose 3. And we're going to close that door.
Jesus.
Is Thomas going to get in trouble if he doesn't nominate Randy?
Probably. As a college graduation setup?
So we're going to choose 3.
We're going to choose 3
And
people.
we're going to tell the rest of them.
No, and with that 3, they will be entitled to various Rain Man digital swag. All because they're a super fan. Now, because we're only going to choose 3 doesn't mean we don't appreciate everybody else. It doesn't mean that you can't also become a Invasion Force nominee eventually. Once we open the books, you can become a made man.
I feel like we're starting a cult.
We are.
Or Brandon.
Bravo.
The first 3 get their Mike's initials branded on their genitalia.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No.
Well, maybe.
You're thinking
Maybe.
about it.
No, seriously though. 200th episode, we're going to be doing a few things. We're going to play the offensive game. We're going to have hacky sack to the nuts. And we're going to be doing the induction of 3 special members.
Okay.
Now, we're going to give people the opportunity to campaign.
For their place in the
If
hall.
you want discounts and free swag, whenever I decide to bestow those gifts of plenty, when God decides to give manna from the heaven.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's not an ego thing
Amen,
at all.
Lord. Amen. Amen, Lord.
Hey, I started this. I created this tour bus.
I created life.
This is my world. I'm Prometheus. So, 200th episode, we're going to induct 3. I may randomly, let's say 205 shows. I may randomly look at Bobby and say, give me a name, Bob. Thomas, give me a name based on how well you were treated.
I feel like this is how the whole Me Too movement started.
Exactly, because I'm about to give my email address out over air.
Listen, I don't want any
Like,
more.
what do you want to do?
I don't want any more complaints. So now I'm going to guilt everybody who gives me complaints by inducting those.
If you
the
do
few of the
something
proud.
for me, I will give you free stuff. All right, Mr. Weinstein, thanks for the opportunity.
I feel like people since the dawn of time, Thomas, have strived to be part of groups.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we have gangs, Crips and Bloods. All they wanted was a place to belong. I'm even going to say neo-Nazis. They just want a place to belong where they can share their racist diatribe. And that's all I want. I want to give that gift to the Rain Man listeners.
Maybe different comparisons next time.
Do we get to initiate them?
What do you have in mind, Tony?
You know what he
What
has
do
in
you
mind.
think Tony has in mind?
I don't know. Will we need consent for fisting?
Oh, there you go.
Oh, how do I know? I'm just going to have in 2 weeks,
You should have
Tony
known.
can't make the show. I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm not going to remind anybody. And I'm literally going to have 10 drops. Yeah, you know. Fisting.
I was like,
You're gay. I was like, And I'm going to see if anybody can figure it out.
Just reduce him to a soundboard.
He essentially is a soundboard. I don't think he's a real person.
There is no Tony.
There isn't. It's just fake.
Jesus. That'll be good.
So you like it?
I think it'll be interesting.
Bob,
Yeah.
what do you think of this group we're going to create?
Yeah.
And maybe we don't want to take the invasion force away from people, so maybe we'll call them something else. Like, you're in the invasion force if you're a listener, if you love the show, but you're a part of the A-team.
Or the generals.
Well, the generals, leave the ideas up to me. The generals. And where we're going to go with that, with branding.
Raina thinks
Auto
sexually
insurance.
harassing the host is the way you're a super fan.
Hey, listen, if that's obviously she's right, because Bob, what did Bob say? Bob said he
Anybody that wants to fuck me?
Yeah. So Raina's on to something. If you want to be in,
Again, the whole Me Too movement feels very familiar.
So you know what? I think I'm just going to make an executive decision now. The invasion force will be open for anybody. That's if you are a fan of the Rain Man Digital Network. But if you're a super fan, you'll be part of the Invasion Force A-Team. And we'll have special shirts that you cannot buy.
Oh, shit. They're giving
You won't
away.
be able to buy these shirts and hats, panties, whatever you could think of. I'll make them and I'll send them to you.
Condoms.
If you are part of the elite, and maybe that elite includes maybe special devices to listen to our shows anywhere you want to go.
Oh.
On an app that actually works.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Do you have your legal system in place in case?
No. But I just want to say blowjobs are permitted.
Give me all them chicken nuggets.
Hey, the Rain Man Show will be right back.
Dicks are real hot right now.
Free stuff is awesome, but free stuff that will spice up your bedroom is even better. Just go to adamandeve.com and select almost any one item for 50% off, and then we'll load on the free stuff. Just enter this very exclusive code, DEAL30, at checkout, and you'll get 10 tantalizing free gifts, including a sexy item for him, a special toy for her, and a third item you'll both enjoy. And for your viewing pleasure, 6 free spicy movies on DVD. Plus, free shipping! Always sent in discreet packaging. So go to adamandeve.com now. Get 50% off plus 10 free gifts when you enter the exclusive offer code DEAL30. Again, that's DEAL30, because without it, no free stuff. That's DEAL30 at adamandeve.com.
Welcome back to the Rain Man Show with Michael Flores.
Well, when children are born, like they don't, do I need to go any further, with that, and.
I fly like paper, get high like planes. If you catch me at the border, I go visas in my name.
So we already have people vying for positions in this A team that we're going to create.
Oh, yeah?
Because we have Jesse Hansen, Nicole Clark, Raina, Sean. All of them are already posting things about what makes them a super fan.
Yeah. So Raina.
Talk in that microphone, Andrew.
Raina and her sexually harassing of the hosts. Of course, we mentioned that earlier.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. And this will be their theme song. So we're going to allow them to call in more often to the show because we don't take a lot of calls.
No, we don't.
So if they want to call in for like a 5 minutes talk, this will be their song. And they can just kind of add to the topic if they want. We'll open up the phone lines, be a little more interactive with them. Maybe I'll even set them up on a special chat system that will go directly into the studio. But we don't, who knows?
Are tokens going to be applied and we have to do certain things at certain values?
Like
yes.
black people?
Oh.
Can we bid? Can we bid?
Bid on what?
Yourself?
On what, Tony? What do you want to bid on?
The tokens that were putting in
the tokens. I heard tokens.
Oh, my God.
All right. So read us some of the things, Andrew.
So Raina with her sexually harassing.
Talk in the mic.
I am on top of the microphone.
Oh,
Here we go. Something's up again. Too hot.
Wrong with
There we go.
There we go. We're back. Nicole Clark, not thinking the Rain Man show is too gay. Of course.
So that's one reason why you'd be a super fan?
Right.
Okay.
Rain is pushing it hard, where she's saying that she doesn't pick favorites, but she's wearing too far Tony
She said
t-shirts.
she doesn't push,
She's got her faves.
Yeah, she says she doesn't like to choose favorites, but we all know all parents have their favorite. And they say they don't, but you do.
Chris Chandler.
If the Nazis came knocking and they said, we're going to take one of your Jewish children, which one? You're going to choose one. Eventually.
You have one ready.
Yes.
That's why people have a second kid.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
So Raina has her favorites, and we already know it's the people that are 100 pounds overweight. That's what she said. Her words. And I don't feel like anybody's overweight in the studio. I think all of you guys are young, strapping, good-looking, fit individuals.
And that's where the too gay comment comes in.
Oh, come on. All right, what else?
Chris Chandler wants to know how much of his Chipotle gift card is going to cost him to become a super fan, and how can he get it to you?
Oh, look at see.
Buying you off with food.
Hey, you know
Wow,
what? And he remembers my favorite, Chipotle, which I haven't had for 8 weeks because I'm trying to get lean, drop some weight, get into fighting weight before the summer's over.
Mm-hmm.
I have not had Chipotle in a very long time. I don't know if I'm going to induct him or penalize him for tempting me with calories.
Yeah, he's taunting you.
Tell me I'm good looking. That might work. That's what I tell Maggie all the time. She's all, can you cut your hair and take your glasses off and lose weight before I say so? Can you just be generally just be a different person? Like, sure, I can do that for you. That's her sexual fantasy.
Somebody else.
Somebody else.
Isn't that how we got Thomas?
Listen to the Patreon. Oh, Jesus. That's not a way to be a fan. Do not insult me. I don't like insults.
I think people know that.
I don't have thin skin. But if you listen to me day in, day out, I don't like insult. Like when Raina, see, this is the point against Raina. For me, when Raina would constantly tell me to change the camera view to Thomas. And I'm like, it's my show! Remember when I flipped out and did Fat Thomas voice?
Yeah, I do.
Raina, she might get her points back because through my anger,
it came
a creation of a very popular character that people like. It's not Fat Thomas, it's actually Fat Michael. Was the voice. So she may end. I'm fickle.
Yeah.
It doesn't. One day it could be this that gets you inducted. But I'll tell you this, you'll never be removed. So I'm not that fickle. I'm never going to take you out of the group.
All right. That seems fair then.
Yeah, I'll never take them out of the group. Now, if you start bashing the network and you close all your accounts and you tell us the F off, then yes, you've left on your own. You can leave on your own. This isn't a cult, like Andrew said.
It could be.
All right, so, what else do we have posted?
Jesse Hansen is going the diplomatic approach, saying if you vote for him, all of your wildest dreams will come true.
Well, he may get in just because he's Mexican, and I need some fellow Mexicans in the group because I'm surrounded by whitey.
You got to fill a quota.
Yeah, exactly. What else?
Others are thinking that it might be easier to become a Mason instead.
A what?
Freemason.
Freemason?
Oh, yeah. Trying to say it's too hard to become a fan? A super fan?
A super fan. Maybe our standards are just too high.
I mean, Chris Chandler may not even be allowed to come in because he first off, let's just go through this. He doesn't have a lot of choices in entertainment. He's blind.
Right. Well,
TV's out of the question. So he's stuck listening to radio.
Speaking of which,
we are just a good outlet of fun for him.
Well, he does say you're the best looking guy on the network, but he is blind. So what the fuck would he know? That's his own words.
Well, yeah. Did I just make fun of a blind man?
Yeah. A little bit, but he already made fun of himself.
Yeah, and I've been making fun of him for at least a year.
And he sort of made fun of you, Mike.
That's true. Sort of. I mean, I don't think that's sort of.
That's just a yes.
Yeah.
Anybody else post anything?
Not really. That's about it. There might be some revolt where the fans want a fan vote.
Oh, Sean writes the dollar tier dumping ground for all. That's not different else. Something else. Yes, the dollar tier dumping ground for all the Rain Man digital blackmail. That's a good idea. That's actually a good idea.
Blackmail tier?
A blackmail tier, yeah. $1.
All incriminating evidence.
I'm gonna have to work a lot harder to keep that tier.
Do you really, Bob? You are spiteful.
30 minutes a week. That's how much you'd have to put in.
Everything's content.
All right, so Roseanne Barr screams, "I thought the bitch was white." In video explaining racist Valerie Jarrett tweet. Where is Roseanne's manager? I know her agent left her, but where's her manager when she decided it was a good idea to release this video?
With the agent.
What'd you say?
With the agent.
3 outfits.
Well, here's the problem. Like, imagine.
Are you filming?
Yeah. Yes. Imagine.
First off, post this video in an invasion force. She is strung out.
Oh, God,
yes. I don't think it's marijuana.
No.
I don't think it's coke. It could be.
Ambient.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the obvious, right, Bob? Because that's what she said she uses. I thought when you're on Ambien, though, you are tired and you're passed out. Isn't that usually what Ambien does?
But you do things without any kind of...
Do you fidget like she's doing in this video?
No.
Yeah, she's grabbing her head.
That's coming off a coke.
Okay. All right.
If presidential address,
I heard.
Maybe meth?
Allegedly.
I don't see Roseanne doing meth. She has great looking... Roseanne actually isn't an ugly woman. What happened? Money?
Money.
Like, you look at her and she has pretty features. I remember Roseanne being obese and gross looking.
That's what happens when you cut yourself in half.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just saying weight-wise.
Oh, is that all that happened? Because she actually... Am I alone in saying that she has pretty features? She isn't a pretty woman, but she has pretty features. She has really nice skin, nice hair.
She doesn't look bad for her age.
That's what I'm saying. She's what, closing in on 70?
I think so, yeah.
She's 65, 66, and she looks great.
You're busted with killing a hooker, like whatever, right?
What?
Just no, hear me out. And they say tonight the president's going to give his address, and then the camera fades out, and it's fucking the president on his desk in the Oval Office, and he's like, "I did not have sex with that hooker," right? Imagine in his state.
And this is Bob and Ryan. That guy in the background is exactly what they did to the Bodio. Wait, Bodio. What was the name we decided to go with?
Menudo.
Tony?
Menudo.
With the boy band Menudo. Fake name. This is you in the video that people are going to see on the Patreon tier.
Yes, I am exactly this.
You guys are the background trying to instigate so you can get a video.
You guys are fucking evil.
I'm not joking. This is exactly what Ryan and Bob did.
And then the camera fades out, and it's fucking the president on his desk in the Oval Office, and he's like, "I did not have sex with that hooker," right? Imagine in his statement to keep and save his job, there were jump cuts, multiple outfits, different...
I'm trying to talk about Iran. I'm trying to talk about Valerie Jarrett wrote the Iran deal.
I know, but you've told me this 300 times. Do you know that if...
That's what my tweet was about.
I know. You've explained this literally 300 times.
I thought the bitch was white! God damn it! I thought the bitch was white!
Holy shit, she is scary.
What show is this? Oh my God.
Someone needs to give her a reality show immediately. And I don't like reality shows. I would watch the shit out of this. Am I wrong, Thomas?
No, I'm already backing this up a little bit because she's terrifying.
Here we go again.
Outfits. Different.
I'm trying to talk.
Do you imagine if this woman was your mother? I'd be terrified. This is worse than a Mexican mother.
About Iran. I'm trying to talk about Valerie Jarrett wrote the Iran deal.
I know, but you've told me this 300 times. Do you know that if
That's what my tweet was about.
I know. You've explained this literally 300 times.
I thought the bitch was white! God damn it!
I know. You've explained this literally 300 times.
I thought the bitch was white!
We need to parody this with Tony immediately. This woman has grandkids, has children. They're allegedly all very close. They live in Hawaii on a farm.
Okay.
You have family. You're not alone. You're not by yourself. Why hasn't any of her family told her to shut the hell up?
With her,
if your mom just lost millions of dollars, forget the immediate job. You got to remember, they lost the syndication as well.
Right.
Roseanne was pulled from every network that aired the reruns. And on a show like that, I guarantee you, Roseanne, with the return of her show on just syndication, was probably bringing in $20 to $40 million a month.
Probably.
On residual income. She lost not only the current contract, she lost her syndication money that gives her her life.
Yeah. And it was for years.
How do you just shut up?
Yeah.
Just shut up. And her kids are nowhere to be found.
The only thing I could see is that if she's this,
You've explained this literally.
Angry as it is, could you imagine this is how your mom reacts to strangers? How she's going to rip into you? How she's going to rip into you if you didn't do the fucking trash or something?
Hey, Mom, I'm sorry I didn't take the trash out today. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, are you going to tell her she can't go on TV?
Andrew's having flash. Yeah. That's how your mom and dad treat you, right?
Oh, you betcha.
Yeah. Andrew, we don't want to catch you looking at Yahweh porn anymore.
White! God damn it!
Yep. That's a look of recognition right there.
Andrew, we've told you, if you're going to masturbate, please do it in your room.
I can't even rebut that.
It's true, right?
It's true.
Absolutely.
That's how it happened.
True.
Andrew, please take down the picture of Mitch Buchanan from Baywatch off your wall. We don't want those jizz stains anymore on the drywall, please.
God damn
it! Oh, man. Jesus Christ. He's having like PTSD shakes right now.
Oh my God. I gotta shake your dad's hand. Seriously.
What? What the what?
See how that triggered him just
No, fuck that.
Right there.
No, the worst part about
was white. God damn it!
The worst part about this is I am flashing back to.
Oh my God!
Are you gonna cry?
No, I'm not. No.
Oh, let's keep
not
going.
This time.
No, there have been numerous occasions where I've been yelled at by my father. Where he just screaming, God, just some
and your mom
bullshit.
too, right?
I'm gonna call that person a cunt with just spit and saliva just blasting out of their mouth onto my face, just in fits of rage.
Your mom too?
No, not my mom.
Oh, just your dad.
No, just my dad.
But your mom is guilty by association because she didn't do anything to stop him from yelling. That's why you don't like your mom, right?
Yep.
No, I don't like my mom.
And your dad never did that to your sister, and that's why you don't like your sister.
That's actually not true.
Oh, okay. So he yelled at your sister too.
My sister was the brunt of.
I thought the bitch was white.
No, my sister was the brunt of a lot of it, which is why my sister stopped talking to my dad before I did. My mom, I like my mother.
So does everybody
She has
else.
her issues. So does everybody else.
Amen.
Yeah, no, my mom's
Whoever
cool.
wins, Andrew loses.
So you do like your mom?
Sometimes. She's a dumb cunt.
Sometimes she's a dumb. All right.
No, sometimes. She's all right. She's
Andrew,
a
please.
passable mother.
We're tired of you looking at men as they pass by. We're on a nice Disneyland trip.
Stop looking at Gaston that way.
Yeah, you imagine
Fitness
if these
goals,
excuses actually work, though. Like, I thought the bitch was white.
Oh, well,
I
that
told
clears
him
it
to
up
go
then.
eat watermelon because it's nutrition. I thought he was white. I told him it was to go eat it because it was nutritious.
I can't believe that.
I told them to drink Kool-Aid, Thomas, because I thought they looked parched.
Are these quotes from our show now?
No. I'll call them wetbacks because I notice perspiration on the small parts of their back.
It's me and Thomas right now.
Roseanne.
Yeah, it's a train wreck. And you're right. I don't get why the family's not saying anything, but then again, she's terrifying, so maybe they don't want to.
Oh.
The bitch was white!
The bitch was white! Oh, she sounds like a black dude. I got angry. That's Black Rage. She's hard to sing Black Rage.
Ambien changes races?
I thought the bitch was white!
That's why I fucked her. I thought that bitch was white.
Jesus.
Roseanne is awesome. She's great for humor. Shitty
Not so much
person,
for the
I guess.
shows, I guess.
You know, Thomas, we didn't really talk about the whole Roseanne incident. Honestly, I don't think it's racist. And I'm being honest here. I feel like it was offensive, and she needs to choose her forum. If she were to go on, like, to her people on stage,
right,
where she's performing her stand-up, she could say this because that's her audience. Her audience knows what she's about.
Right.
You can't take your act on social media.
You can't say anything on social media.
You can't take your act on social media and think people are going to understand and expect people to understand your sense of humor. If she said this anywhere else, it would be fine. No. But she chose to use a public platform where there are millions of people who don't think like you, who don't think what you say is funny, who don't understand your breed of humor. That's what she's guilty of. She's guilty of being an idiot.
How you say something also conveys a lot.
And plus, if you're making millions of dollars, why do you need to be on Twitter?
That's no reason.
Problem number one, just get off Twitter.
Twitter's got to die soon, dude. Just everyone's losing jobs and careers and shit over it. And otherwise, it's just...
I think James Gunn's going to use the same excuse.
God damn it!
And swear loudly at the camera?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So, Bob.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about this
Menudo.
This Menudo incident. So, for the sake of getting people in trouble, right? We don't want you to get in trouble. We don't want companies you're associated with. Is that fair to say? To get in trouble, right?
Ish.
We're going to change some names to protect the innocent, right?
Mm-hmm.
The story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
All right, Bob. So we're going to call the boy band Menudo and the singer Ricky Martin. And you and Ryan will remain the same.
Yes.
Okay. And we won't call it San Diego Comic-Con, even though I just said that. We'll call it, from here on out, we will call it,
hello?
We'll call it just Comic-Con, all right? All right, so we all know every year you come back with crazy stories, things that you guys do, and you really poke and prod people, celebrities, because you try to get the worst out of them because you think it's funny. Even before you did this show, you guys did things to people.
Yes,
I don't know if that makes you a good person or a bad person. Who knows? Only history.
I look at celebrities as just people that have had opportunities.
Play toys? You look at them as play toys.
That I haven't had. They're not any more special than me. They just have had an opportunity that I haven't had or I haven't wanted yet. And so they can't walk into any building that I'm in and act like they're better than me. That's not allowed.
And this is what Ricky Martin, air quotes,
allegedly,
was doing to you guys.
Yes.
He walked in as if he has a big swinging dick and kind of acted like a douchebag to everybody, correct?
He introduced himself as Ricky Martin from Menudo to everybody and anybody that he could. And if you didn't believe him, he pulled out his Ricky Martin ID.
Wait, he had an actual Ricky Martin ID.
Well, yeah, he had his driver's license.
I thought he had a business card.
He pulled it out.
Yes, to show
and
people,
said,
to prove it.
Hey, I'm really Ricky Martin.
And when he did it to me...
Are you really a celebrity if you have to pull out an ID? Because I don't see Justin Timberlake or George Clooney having to pull out their ID. Like, listen, I promise you, look at my ID, read it.
Yeah, and when he did it to me, I go, I know you're not an impersonator. Nobody would get the same shitty tattoos.
Right. Oh. So Ricky Martin had lots of tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know who it was when he
I knew
walked
exactly
in?
when he came to the party.
So what does that say about you? Do you know boy bands?
I know every celebrity known to man. That's the only way you're able to get to do what I do to people. If you don't recognize people, they just pass you by.
Now, do you feel like you can enjoy a few of their songs?
I find nothing wrong with boy band songs. Pop songs, there's nothing wrong with them.
All right. Now, tell us what happened. He stripped down during the night because he thought he was cool. Ricky Martin stripped down.
So what happened was that he was trying to do a Joker impersonation, and when Ryan goes, I got something to show you, and showed him the Bane costume.
Okay.
And then he went off to, that's not you, and Ricky Martin took off his shirt and started posing, which entailed Ryan taking off his shirt, as we know.
Oh my God.
That's the part that ashames me right now.
Wait, hold on. Ryan actually took his shirt off to pose down?
Yes, but he had his wife beater on because he has no titty.
Yeah. He has no chest. Looks like he had breast cancer.
And started flexing his arms, which Ryan ended up destroying him, like in that kind of competition, because the dude's like looked like he had like dad bod to the max.
Really? Because in the video, I don't think he looked like overweight.
Yeah, no, it was.
So he hasn't taken care of himself since the Menudo days.
No.
Now, is Ricky Martin gay?
No.
He's straight.
I believe so, yes.
But you said he was making fun of himself for being gay.
Yes.
So
that's a pretty straight thing to do. Look at the show.
He's a straight. Yeah, but we're doing it because, of content and it's funny.
But
do you really, if you're Ricky Martin walking into a group of people at a Comic-Con, do you really make jokes about yourself being gay? Do you think he was just kind of calling himself out before someone else can because he's part of Menudo?
I think it was just part of his shtick.
His shtick is to make fun of himself for being gay.
Well,
his shtick is he likes dick.
I think his shtick is to run around and run this game that I could see him running to anybody and everybody.
So he gets a lot of chicks then? Tell me this. Did any women actually were they into him?
There were some like fangirls there. Okay. So it does work, I guess.
Okay, so there are women out there who are into the Ricky Martin boy band shtick.
Yeah, I mean, because you got to figure that anybody that's around, like...
Oh, it's our age. I mean, the 90s,
yes,
dude.
That's like, it was the biggest thing going around, was that boy band era.
Yeah. Now, he is no longer part of Menudo.
No, they're active.
Oh, they are active?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
So, the Menudo reunion is going on.
Okay, now, this member of Menudo, Ricky Martin, went around hitting on chicks, at the same time saying he's married. And that was the big fear, right, of this company saying, hey, we don't want to put this out there because he's married. We don't want to destroy his marriage, correct?
Yeah, and then I just did from what I was told, it's supposed to be a safe space.
It's supposed to be a safe space? So this company is essentially saying they're harboring adulterers. They're like, hey, we want them to feel comfortable here to cheat.
To bang their
I don't know.
Or even
pieces.
feel comfortable to take advantage of fans.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, back in the 30s and 40s and even the 50s, they had those clubs where the rich can go and be at peace that they're not going to be spied on.
Those are still around, dude.
Their wife is going to be at home cooking, taking care of the kids, and I'm going to be with this dame tonight, see?
Are you a 20s gangster?
That's what they did, Thomas.
No, I mean, that kind of thing is still around.
Friday
absolutely.
nights were for wives. Saturday nights were for girlfriends.
Goodfellas.
Yeah. So, they don't want to disrupt that, essentially. Right, Bob?
It's just, I don't necessarily think it's because of that. I just think because of in the past, we've had some major people at this party.
They don't want celebrities feeling uncomfortable to where they will never show up again because they think people are watching them and scrutinizing them, even though they are, because they're a douchebag.
Yes.
All right.
So after the flexing competition,
yes,
the guy goes, "Yeah,
who won?"
Ryan, of course.
And how many people were around?
Maybe like 6 of us at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was there any women?
Yes, a couple.
Who?
Nobody important.
Oh, nobody attractive?
No, well, yes, there was attractive girls around.
Yeah.
But nobody...
Did Ryan get any of the attention taken from Ricky Martin?
Well, Ryan's like the clown of the party anyways, so he always has the attention.
Okay.
I'm kind of more of the straight man that just tries to keep him in line so he doesn't embarrass himself too bad.
So was he drunk as well?
Yes.
Okay, so they both stripped down naked.
No. Ryan left his wife beater on.
And they go running outside.
No. Then they got into the singing thing.
Oh, they were singing.
Yes. And he goes, yeah, you might have me in the muscles, but can you do this? And Ryan went note to note with the guy.
Well, we already know Ryan kind of has a good voice. You can kind of tell when he sings.
Yes, and
he can carry
compared to somebody that has sold millions of records, if you were to give Ryan the proper auto-tune,
autocorrect post.
Yes.
Maybe we should have Ryan come into the studio and do that and do a Menudo tribute.
Yes, because he could pull it off because you will see that in the video.
On a separate show where we can then talk about it because it won't be connected. We'll have him come in and do karaoke of this alleged Menudo boy band.
So
does Ryan know about Nutsack or karaoke?
I don't know.
I think he does. I think he's just going to be singing the whole time, so he doesn't care.
Maybe we'll invite Ricky Martin as well to the studio. Anything else that we need to know about this before we release the video?
No, that's about it.
Now, can the ladies get a good shot of Ryan and his muscularness? And the men out there, if they are into that.
Well, you can see his traps, I guess. But you can follow him on Instagram and see the same damn thing because every other video he posts is
now you just took the monetary value away from it.
Yes, you can see Ryan's dick.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. That's perfect. Andrew is actually signing up right now for Patreon.
He's already signing up.
No, I've got my credit card out right now.
And your dick.
But
all right.
Yeah, so that was the celebrity run-in.
I think it would have been a lot funnier if we could actually talk about it and play the video.
Yeah, it's unfortunate and it just pisses me off. Mike always will tell you, he's like, I like an angry Bobby because I was going off for a while there.
Yeah.
To where it was just like, everything I do, I look for this network to kind of benefit from. And it was just a funny story that I have to cut so many pieces out of. And then maybe, you know what? Maybe 6 months from now, we'll tell the story when it's not so fresh. And
there you
then
go.
everybody
it's more frustrating at this point.
Everything's redacted, so it doesn't have the same value.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like receiving the JFK files finally, and everything's blacked out.
All right, that's all you need to know.
It's like fucking in a condom.
Yes. You just want to take it off.
I don't want to fuck in a condom. I just want to go fucking balls deep and let everything out.
Your penis sweats sometimes in the condom. Like, it gets all uncomfortable. It's like, it's not comfortable. Why you got to bring condoms up? It brings up bad memories for me.
I just wanted to let everybody know what it feels like right now.
I don't like condoms.
All right, then.
I thought the bitch was wide. Fuck.
That's how I felt right now when you brought up condoms.
I'm sorry.
All right, so we need to get into news. Andrew, go ahead and get queued up.
I'm ready.
All right, we'll go into it in a second. Just give me a moment. All right, really fast. Thomas, I actually, before we get into news, Luke Cage, season 2.
Okay.
We bitch a lot about the Marvel content on Netflix because a lot of it's not as good as you think it should be because of production value, right? Well, really fast before we move into news, second season of Luke Cage, really good.
Yeah?
Yeah. They got rid of the mistakes of season 1 where the story kind of meandered and it felt like it was over at episode 6. Really solid season. Amazing acting. The only thing is that they have a major problem on that show.
What's
you
that?
care more about the villains than you do the protagonist because they're so good. And forget like the Ledger comparison where you just love great performances.
Right.
It's not about that. Even the story is written to create sympathy for our villains.
Well, that was one of the major strengths of the first season of Daredevil.
Right. And now everyone's trying to do that. So I understand. But the difference with Daredevil is Daredevil had a good balance.
Yes.
You had the care for the villain, but you also cared about Matt Murdock.
Right. This doesn't
Luke
have
Cage, you like him. He's very charismatic and likable, but you just kind of shrug because you don't really understand his story. He's all, I'm about Harlem. I'm like, dude, you are a transplant. You're from Chicago. You've lived here for less than a year. How can you love this town that much?
Right.
Logically, it just doesn't make sense to me. And he's fighting people who are about Harlem, and he's trying to say they're doing it the wrong way, but they belong here.
So it's not as justified a position from the protagonist?
I don't feel like his story is strong enough to compete with the villains they create. Every single villain, Shades, Black Mariah, far more interesting. Their stories, even with the character of Shades, they delve into gay relationships in prisons and what you do and what you don't do and what happens when you get out of prison. The way they explore that, and then Mariah's character, I don't want to destroy or ruin it for you, but it's way more interesting, and you have so much more sympathy to where you're actually rooting for a woman who murders people relentlessly. You're actually want her to win. Because you feel bad for how she came up and how she's fighting against her upbringing and the blood that's within her veins that she despises. See how I just framed all that in a matter of 30 seconds? Luke Cage asked me to explain his struggle. I don't fucking know. And I don't really care.
That's unfortunate.
But it doesn't ruin the season. It's a far better season. They just need to find a better way to put emphasis on Luke Cage because you can't go more than 2 or 3 seasons without people finally realizing Luke Cage kind of sucks. He's not very interesting. He's just there. He's just a piece of the puzzle.
Would you say this season was the next best thing they've had for the Marvel shows?
Yes. It's Daredevil for me.
Season 1.
Season 1, Season 2, Punisher, Iron Fist, Season 2 of Luke Cage, and Season 1 and 2 of Jessica Jones. They're tied. And Defenders is bottom. I mean, just terrible. You watched Defenders, right?
No.
Oh, dude.
Defenders is...
Everyone said it was garbage.
Right, Bob? It was hard to watch,
It was
right?
like the 0.5 of Daredevil.
Yeah.
Daredevil 2.5.
I couldn't get through Jessica Jones, frankly. I didn't have any hope for Defenders.
Because you don't care about women's struggles.
Yeah.
Or it's because the plot is nonsensical for just 10 episodes.
It's not that good. I'll be honest with you. And the second season of Jessica Jones is even worse.
I didn't get through that one.
It's hard because it's a good it's weird, dude. Like it
started super
good
fucking
acting,
strong.
Good ideas, good concepts.
But it drags it out with meaninglessness.
They could cut 5 episodes and you'd have the same show. The second season of Jessica Jones feels like it ended 10 times. I am not exaggerating.
Well, that's my problem with the first season.
And then they figure out the problem. They take 4 episodes to come to the conclusion they came up with 4 episodes prior. It's not good.
It's bad.
It's not good writing.
It's place holding.
Yeah.
We have to get so many episodes. Let's just keep revisiting the same shit.
Which is weird because I would think they have a lot of directions they can go. You're dealing with 12, 13 episodes. That's not enough.
They don't have the ideas. That was my thing with the first season of Jessica Jones. I got bored by episode 3 or 4 because I'm like, okay, you're going after the main bad guy right now. It's not going to work. So now I know this whole episode is meaningless. Yeah.
But I also, and I'm not being overly picky. There's some shit that I like, but I also saw Ant-Man and Wasp, and I didn't like Ant-Man and Wasp. I felt like it was Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, yeah.
It was good action, good acting, because Paul Rudd is just awesome. And so is the lady that plays the partner, Wasp. I forgot her name now, but she's really good. She's from Lost. Michael Douglas. How can you go wrong with Michael Douglas? Or Kirk Douglas? No, Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas. Great cast, but dude, there's no villain. There's no bad guy in Ant-Man and Wasp. There's nothing.
Yeah.
It feels like a TV episode. It's situational. There's a problem. We have to get from A to B to C, and by the end of the movie, we're going to get here.
It's definitely the stepchild of all the Marvel movies.
But it's sad because the first one I thought was exceptional. I thought it was funny, but there was a story. There was the marks you need to hit in these types of movies. I feel like they just kind of dialed it in and relied a lot on previous jokes. You know, we always talk about that.
Yeah.
Dude, they literally, you know, the Mexican dude that's only good for talking fast and doing his voice while other people talk with his voice while he's telling a story.
Right.
That's what they did again. I'm like, you did the exact same thing again. It was funny the first time. It was funny again. I'll give you that. But you can't come up with something else for this dude to do?
Nope. That's all you get.
It just seems what's the word I'm looking for?
Nonsensical?
No.
Irrelevant?
It's just irrelevant.
Yeah.
Completely unneeded.
Gotta hit that sequel, though.
Ragnarok is actually better because Ragnarok at least built upon the relationship of Thor and Loki.
Right.
Just a bit. Not a lot. There was probably 5 minutes of actual story in that movie. But Ant-Man and Wasp, I don't feel like really did that. There was a few emotional moments with him and his daughter. And then the movie's done. I'm hoping Marvel doesn't turn into that because I know Infinity War definitely turned our heads.
Right.
And we were like, this is good. This is the direction Marvel needs to go. But
we'll see, though.
I'm hoping that they're not just going to jokes.
50-50, dude. Because this one, had to be like made with the previous movies in mind, not part of Infinity War's tonal shift. So we'll see with the fourth one and what they do after that.
And Shazam, saw that trailer.
I did see the trailer for that. I did watch some of it because I don't have a lot of interest.
I'm okay with it.
But it did look... Yeah. I'm like, all right.
I'm hoping DC doesn't make millions and millions of dollars on this.
And then
they think that this is what people want because this is what people want. Majority of audiences, they want those jokes.
Yeah.
They want the funniness. And I think DC has its own niche audience right now, and they're making plenty of money. They don't need to make Marvel money right now.
I want to be entertained. I want to laugh and not think about things. I want to be drugged. That's what
you realize Shazam's going to be huge, right?
Yeah.
Because of that trailer alone.
Yes. It'll do well for them.
It was a good trailer.
It was a good trailer. That's what I'm saying. It was funny and I like it. It looks good and I like the concept. It's essentially big, right?
Well, I mean, that's what the character always has been, which is good too.
So essentially it's the movie with Tom Hanks where he wishes to be big.
Kinda, yeah.
Right?
So he's got superpowers.
And then he has powers and he becomes a good-looking Jewish man. Is it just me or did Zachary, what's his name? Is it Levi? Mm-hmm. When did he become good-looking?
Dude, after he did Chuck,
look at Andrew.
I used to watch Chuck. No, I used to watch Chuck religiously, and then when Chuck ended, I followed him afterwards.
Yeah, you did.
He got super jacked doing a few
He's just a good-looking dude. Like I remember him looking cheesy and corny looking in Chuck. I know that was the role, but he just wasn't a good-looking dude. He was a mess. And now in this Shazam poster, I'm like, he's a good-looking dude, right? Am I right, Thomas, or no?
No, he's a good-looking dude for sure.
Yeah.
It's just...
Is this going to be his film? Is this going to be his breakout? Is this going to be the moment when he finally sheds the Chuck funk and he becomes...
It could be.
A lister?
It could be. It could be the thing that sets him up.
Yeah, I'm thinking it is. It's the right formula.
Especially right now.
Yeah. Thinking of jokes, the Aquaman poster was shitty as well.
Okay, I'm interested in the movie, but the poster looks like something out of Deep Blue Sea. Like, the fucking sharks look terrible on that.
Before the memes popped up, the first thing I thought about was Little Mermaid. It looked like a poster for a Disney cartoon.
He should be combing his hair with a fork.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like. A dingle hopper, Bob. Get it right. Not a fork, a dingle
Sorry,
hopper.
my daughter doesn't like Little Mermaid yet.
Yet.
That's exactly what I thought it looked like. And then about an hour later, I see all these memes pop up where people made thousands of different memes, most of them connected to some type of Disney movie.
Right.
Finding Nemo was one of them. It's a bad poster. And the sheer laziness of it. How many clones are in there? You know what clones are?
Shit.
If anybody does basic Photoshop or Premiere work.
There's two right next to each other.
Yeah, it's lazy. There's actual
fucking whales. There's 5 of the same whale.
Yeah, they're not even trying to change them. The shading is the same. The shape is the same. They change the sizes to give depth, but that's it.
Yeah, and some of the sharks.
It's some shoddy, lazy fucking work. Whoever made that poster needs to take a tour next to some lava in Hawaii.
And they
just end your career.
They look bad. Like they look something out of Deep Blue Sea.
They
Like the rendering is shit on this
It looks like
shark.
a green screen thing you do at San Diego for Comic-Con, where you stand in front and get on the rock with the trident, and then they take a picture and they print it out for you.
Den of Geek, that blog site, they did a poster, I believe for Aquaman, or maybe it was Comic-Con that did one for them. I don't quite remember, but there was a poster that was going around, and it was a magazine for Den of Geek. And it came out the same day as the poster. And that cover is fucking cool.
Oh, with him...
Have you guys seen it?
Throwing a punch, and then you have like all the villains in the background. It looks like something from the 80s.
That's a cool poster, right?
That's a hell of a lot better.
It's a pulpy-looking throwback poster.
It has me more interested than the original one.
Why was that not the poster?
Dude, movie posters fucking suck these days.
If
you pay attention to so many of them, it's just the actor and then some bullshit background. That's usually what a movie poster is. It's not artistic in any way. This Den of Geek one, you're right. It reminds me of something like the Star Wars ones. It looks like something from Empire, that era.
They should have went with that.
They should have.
What is wrong with DC and their marketing? Like, do you remember the poster for Justice League? The posters were terrible. In fact, all of us made fun of them. Me, Angelica, we went on a whole entire thread making fun of the Justice League poster because it looked like a person who just discovered layers in Photoshop decided to make a poster. Whoever does their marketing, please fire them.
Oh, the one where they're just like all standing there.
Marketing is everything.
Yeah.
Marketing is everything. It's, you know how they say first impressions?
Yeah.
It's your first impression, and they are really bad.
Yeah. The whole DC's got some serious idiots running a lot of the movie end.
Yeah. The movies themselves I'm okay with, but the marketing and
they are inconsistent.
And the indecisiveness. Now we're going to have like 3 different fucking Jokers. Like that makes a lot of sense.
How's that not going to confuse everyone?
It's going to confuse everyone.
It confuses me right now.
Yeah.
There are going to be 3 different Jokers?
Don't ask.
Yes.
Jesus.
5 different Batmans. Can we at least get like 5 different Wonder Womans? Yeah.
I ate a bunch of cum. It's common knowledge. Just cum in my butt.
Oh, jeez.
And now it's time for news with Andrew.
Why? God damn it! I thought the bitch was why?
Go ahead, Andrew. Take it away. Now that you have flashbacks.
Uh-huh.
McDonald's says goodbye to cashiers, hello to kiosks.
All right.
Would you like fries with that? May soon be a phrase of the past.
I'd like a shake with those fries. Wait, is that how it goes?
As minimum wage levels approach or surpass $15 nationwide, restaurant customers expecting to be greeted by a smiling face will instead be welcomed by a glowing LED screen. As of 2020, self-service ordering kiosks will be implemented at all U.S. McDonald's locations. Other chains, including fast casual brands like Panera and casual dining brands like Chili's, have already embraced this trend. Some restaurant concepts have even automated the food preparation process. Earlier this year, NBC News profiled Flippy, a robot hamburger flipper.
Listen, Disney employees, take a lesson. You keep bitching that $18 an hour is not enough because you can't buy that sweet home in the hills that the executives have. You're going to be replaced.
Yep.
There will always be people that make money who busted their ass and had a certain direction in life. And yes, some of us are luckier than others. Absolutely. But when you bitch and bitch and bitch, you're not going to win against a big corporation. You're not. No petition, no protesting is going to change the fact that McDonald's is going to fire over half their workforce.
Well, a lot of it, too, is the fact that they constantly get shit wrong.
What do you mean by chicken nuggets? We already know.
Yeah.
Okay, Thomas, listen, simmer down. All right? Look, he's so mad right now. Who gives a fuck if they get your order wrong?
No, that's why they're replacing them with people. They're
replacing them because of the minimum wage.
People fuck up and people cost too much money. a machine
will count my 20 chicken nuggets.
Thomas, you're such a fat fuck sometimes. He is so angry. Look at his face. Can we get
I asked for 2 barbecue sauces.
Give me them chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Do you not get pissed off
I
when
counted. I only ate 18 chicken nuggets and I ordered a 20-pack.
Thomas, I'll tell you why I don't get upset.
Because you don't go to McDonald's.
No, I do sometimes for my son and also on my fat days occasionally. And I check my bag before I leave. I ask for ketchup because they never give you ketchup. I ask for napkins and I leave.
Right.
I don't get mad at someone making $13 an hour. I just don't. I'm an asshole. Right? I thought the bitch was white. I get really angry sometimes, but I just don't put those type of expectations. Now, don't get me wrong. If you have an attitude, what do you want? What do you want? Because they do sometimes. I'm like, do your job. You're getting paid good money and you have benefits, which I don't have. You're getting medical benefits. So you may not be able to afford that nice home in the hills, but at least you have medical care.
I think
because this Mexican don't.
I think the craziest thing about that whole rant that you just went on is that people working at McDonald's as a cashier are getting paid $13 an hour when registered nurses and certified nursing assistants are getting paid $13.50 base.
Yeah, but they're not happy enough, and they've bitched so much that they have destroyed their industry.
It's insane.
Because McDonald's would not have done this if it wasn't for the movement to change minimum wage, because everybody must have a house. I hate those blogs that I see pop up on social media. Well, it's now official. People in Los Angeles cannot buy a home if you make under $45,000. We'll rent an apartment.
Kansas has land.
You're not special. You're not special.
Don't live in LA.
To the rest of our lives. When you can't afford something, you don't have it. Your wah blog of Disney executives making money while the person selling the ears of Goofy's ears is making nothing. Oh, cry me a fucking river. Quit doing the job then. Go get another job. Sell Pluto's ears. I don't know.
They're worth more.
I understand people's situations are different, but understand that your situation is different and either strive to change it or continue to do that. Continue to sell Goofy ears and get mad and share blog posts that your boss is making more money than you. I don't get it. If you're not happy, change it. If you're not able to, then you need help, right? And there's plenty of help. And those individuals have more than me. Someone who works 90 hours a week. I just don't have sympathy for those people. I don't have sympathy for people losing their jobs at McDonald's because you have more than me. And I work more than you. How is that fair? Do you see me starting blog posts, Thomas?
Oh, but you should. You can
Not
really
about this
catapult.
No, but I make myself special by creating invasion force groups.
Tell me I'm pretty.
Tell me I'm gorgeous. Go ahead, Andrew.
While some consumers may appreciate the novelty or added convenience, the conveniences come at the high cost or at the cost of entry-level jobs.
Yeah, but they're entry level. You can work other entry level jobs.
They have these kiosks at the McDonald's by my work.
It's the best thing ever, isn't it?
They have like 3 people trying to teach people how to use them.
Oh.
So they actually have employees standing by them teaching people how to order.
Do you have a button to switch from Spanish to English?
Yes, I believe that's there.
Mm-hmm.
It actually turns things to tortillas too.
I would like to have chorizo instead of eggs. Can I have the Egg McMuffin with chorizo?
It's a secret menu.
And instead of chocolate milk, can I have some horchata, please?
Horchata.
It plays the Mexican hat dance when you hit the Spanish button.
That's just racist, Thomas. No one said that. Go ahead, Andrew.
The trend is nothing new. Chains have responded to rising labor costs and technological advancement accordingly. And McDonald's has been leading the way as a pioneer in productivity among employees, concepts, and machines. From the invention of the speedy service system to the famous multi-mixer shake machine, these innovations have reduced the labor needed to increase output levels and made employees' jobs easier in the process.
Thomas tries to hide me. He's ashamed, but at least when he covers me up, I'm not alone. Thomas is cellular keeps me company.
You should have saw Thomas's face when he heard multi-shake machines.
No, because Andrew can't do the SH sound.
Oh, I thought you were just excited that
laughing.
you could get more than one milkshake.
I'm laughing because he's got like a Sean Connery list.
What did I say?
Shaken, not stirred.
Like you sound like that.
He sounds like
Multi-mixer shake
like
machine.
a mentally handicapped Sean Connery.
Say the
or
phrase
someone
right there.
that doesn't know English yet, who their first language is Mandarin.
Say speedy service system.
Speedy service system.
Speedy service system.
Do you have a speech impediment, Andrew?
Not that I know of, but apparently I do.
Only on shake
Multi-mixer shake machine.
Multi-mixer shake machine.
It's genetic. So who did you get it from? Your speech impediment from your mom, or
It's probably from my dad.
I was going to say that you hate your dad.
She's a dumb cunt.
Right there. Listen to that S.
All right. What does it say? Let's get into this.
I lost my spot. I was trying to pronounce multi-mixer shake machine.
Well, while he's finding a spot, Thomas, would you go ahead? Would you like, since you have open mic, would you like to continue to talk about how people get your order wrong at McDonald's?
No, my whole thing, dude, is if you're going to pay somebody and you want a raise to your minimum wage,
We already heard the YouTube video.
maybe get your fucking job right.
These innovations dating back to McDonald's founding were not intended to reduce the number of employees. Rather, they were designed to make employees more efficient at their jobs. The introduction of the self-service ordering tablets have been presented in a similar manner. However, with labor costs continuing to skyrocket, it's inevitable that what are you laughing at?
I love how Thomas is so passionate about that one thing. Just to the point where he made a YouTube video about it and he's still angry about it. It's the first thing he brings up when we're talking about kiosks.
I don't get why it's that big a deal to want people to do their job right if I pay them money.
No, see, he's Bob.
You never do anything wrong at your job.
He's still upset about it.
Not enough to want the raise like that.
But you've never done anything wrong at your job, and you get paid pretty good for what you do.
I haven't fucked up yet.
That you know of.
That anyone's told me about.
I'm trying to find the video. I can't find it now.
I'm sure I have it.
It's inevitable that restaurants and other fast food chains will continuously search for ways to reduce labor costs.
I think we should have Thomas do a one-off like fast food show where he just bitches for 30 minutes about fast food.
I could probably do that.
I know you can. I've not seen you this passionate about anything.
These fries were undercooked.
Oh, bullshit.
Listen, you get passionate about certain things, but your eyes just went wide as soon as he mentioned kiosks, McDonald's, and you're drawing conclusions. The entire innovation behind McDonald's is because of my orders are not right.
No,
let's do that.
That's not what I'm saying.
Let's do that, and let's get the report of the week on here too.
Go ahead, Thomas. I want to hear more.
No.
Go ahead, Andrew.
The research supports concerns by industry insiders. A 2017 study by economists David Newmark and Grace Lorden finds a minimum wage related increase in unemployment among employees who previously held jobs.
All right, please get into the next news topic. I can't take it.
A man arrested for exercising naked at Planet Fitness in New Hampshire.
Ryan went too far with his online videos.
A man who stripped naked before working out at a New Hampshire Planet Fitness gym told police officers that he thought he was in a judgment-free zone.
That's brilliant.
Before being arrested.
That's amazing.
NEC, yeah.
Why would you do that?
It's just amazing because the whole slogan behind Planet Fitness is judgment free. That's why it's amazing. It's awesome.
NECN reports 34-year-old Eric Stagno of Haverhill, Massachusetts, was charged with indecent exposure, lewdness, and disorderly conduct.
Was he full on naked?
He was full.
Was he Ricky Martin from Menudo style, posing down?
Charged with disorderly conduct on Sunday for taking off his clothes and exercising at a Playstyle Planet Fitness. Police say he walked back and forth and started doing poses on a yoga mat.
Started lunges.
He allegedly referenced Planet Fitness's slogan that it is a judgment-free zone. Stagno is free on bail and is scheduled to be arraigned on September 21st in the Plaistow District Court. Stagno could not be reached for comment, and his attorney could not be immediately identified.
My butt.
You should see the picture of this guy.
Oh, he's not.
He looks like a young Manson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's creepy.
I ate a bunch of cum. Well.
What else do we have in the news, Andrew?
Disney faces a backlash from its stars for firing the Guardians of the Galaxy director.
Good.
Friends And fans of Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn are urging Walt Disney Company to rehire the filmmaker, a rare moment in an era where bad behavior has gotten some of the biggest names in Hollywood summarily fired.
I just want to say that I'm glad that actors can finally have some courage, because I read the remarks on social media aimed at Zoe Saldana for defending James Gunn.
Mm-hmm.
And people are saying, imagine if your kids were the butt of his jokes. Like, people are criticizing what she said, what her defense of this director. And I'm glad that they're actually not deleting these tweets.
Right.
And they're actually, for once, somebody has some fucking integrity in this business. Because most of these people are out for number one and they don't give a shit. I'm hoping that they stand their ground and they have meetings with the Disney execs and say, listen, we're not in this movie if he doesn't come back. And you know what Disney's going to do? You guys are back and he's back. Because they can't do Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and end this entire thing without Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, and David Bautista. They can't.
Right. The whole thing's fucking ridiculous.
It is dumb because, first off, James Gunn is a douchebag. I used to like him a lot. He has recently antagonized a large fandom just because he's an asshole. Disney, and this is the reason why, or Star Wars, and this is why he has a target on his back. Because he's made a lot of comments about Trump, and then he insulted the entire Star Wars fan base out of nowhere, saying that Star Wars fans need therapy.
Right.
Because of them disliking Last Jedi and not liking Rian Johnson. But that's who he is. He's always been kind of a douche. The guy doesn't deserve to be fired for something he said 10 years ago. Disney hired him knowing that this guy is
a douche,
and he says some obscene things. These tweets are just one of many things from the late 2000s, early 2000s that James Gunn did. This isn't news. So Disney suddenly is going to fire someone because he made pedophilia jokes
in a different time,
and he didn't glamorize it or say it was a good thing. He just used it in the context of a joke. Imagine if some of these people are listening to our show the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yogi the Bear jokes and performing for a pedophilia only community.
Yeah.
No, James Gunn's not being serious. It's a joke. He's an idiot for tweeting these things. But does he deserve to be fired for something he did 10 years ago that's not illegal? That was actually public. It wasn't even something that was found. It wasn't,
right.
It was, oh, you know what? He said something in a recording 10 years ago and it just was leaked. I might understand Disney for firing for that. Let's say he was caught saying the N-word. All right. Disney's got to do what they got to do. I still don't agree with it, but I understand what the business has to do, right?
Yeah.
But firing a guy for something that was public
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
In the social climate was incredibly different 10 years ago.
Forget even that. Forget social climate, because I'm an advocate of, if you could say it then,
you could say it now.
You could say
you
it now.
should be able to, but
unless the obvious racist
but
stuff,
Disney
obviously.
has changed that mindset with social media.
And there's fear.
Yeah.
But Disney has nothing to be afraid of. They're not going to be toppled by anybody.
They're fucking Disney.
They're not going to be toppled by anybody. And Sean, and he may be inducted just because of this one post, he shared a meme in our Invasion Force, which was the best rebuttal I have seen to Disney. If someone can pull it up, please, because my laptop just died. But he posts a meme about Disney and how basically it was alluding to the fact that, oh, you're going to fire James Gunn for things he said in his past. And it shows pictures of Song of the South and all the racist cartoons they did. And I'm like, that's a fucking excellent point, Disney. You also have a past that you're not proud of. In fact, isn't there rumors that Walt Disney was anti-Semite?
Oh, yeah, that's been well known.
So what are you doing, Disney?
And also
acting as if your shit don't stink? Hire the man back.
Robert Downey Jr. has always had the most clean past.
Right, yeah.
Exactly. When does this lunacy end? You could fire anybody whenever someone decides to bring something to light. We cannot give the mob this type of power. When you give the mob this type of power, there is no real justice, and all law falls
There's
away.
a reason they call it a lynch mob.
Yeah.
Because the mob mentality takes over, and there's no reason.
I would never, ever bow down to mob mentality. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. Even if I thought the guy should be fired, I'm like, I can't. Yeah. I'm not going to listen to the mob. I'm going to take a couple weeks. We may suspend him, and I'm going to look at him as a person over the past 10 years. And I'm going to make my decision based on objective thought. And if for some reason the mob mentality doesn't die down, I will say these are the reasons why I kept him. And even though I don't think I should, I would share them publicly. These are the pros. These are the cons. These are the good he's done. This is the negative.
Even talk with the actors. Ask them, are you okay with this?
Yeah, it's ridiculous that Disney, without even thinking,
so like
less than 24 hours, they fire the guy.
Does his brother come back to the movies?
I know, because he's one of the side characters, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I would. I'm not my brother, guys.
Don't fuck this up for all of us.
All right, so what else does it say?
Actors including Zoe Saldana, Chris Pratt, Selma Blair have tweeted. Tweeted.
Have queefed.
They've queefed.
Have
Wow.
queefed a message back to Disney. It smelled.
Have tweeted in support of Gunn, who wrote and directed both Guardians pictures and was working on the third. Some 228,000 people have signed a change.org petition.
That's like nothing.
Asking Disney to bring him back amid concerns.
But I guarantee you a fraction of that number are the people that actually complain about what he did.
Well, like, oops.
I didn't expect that.
Amid concerns that he was targeted by conservatives, the company did not respond to a request for comment. Disney terminated Gunn on July 20th, on July 20th, after the right-leaning website Daily Caller published an 8-year-old Twitter comments by the director that included jokes about the Holocaust, pedophilia, overweight people, and violence against women.
I think we've had all that this show.
We've hit the James Gunn bingo.
We got all 4.
My mom brought that up to me a couple days ago. We were talking about James Gunn, and she's all, Mike, you write movies. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you have a movie in the works? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, aren't you afraid that this landscape is going to prevent you from pursuing your career and hurting you? If I lose my job or lose potential business because of this landscape, fuck it. Because I will not be a shell of who I am. I will not change who I am. I will not pretend that this isn't a joke.
Yeah.
What type of life is that? Not being able to open your mouth? Now, obviously, I'm not going to just go on. If you notice, I don't tweet that much because I used to tweet jokes 2 years ago about stuff from our show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that anymore because I strongly believe that people who listen to the show will understand the context. If you tweet out topics with our jokes, people are going to be like, what?
Yeah. We've had that on multiple shows here.
But if you're listening to the show, you kind of understand the context, and you also understand the wink wink that goes on in the show. Go ahead, Andrew, please continue.
In tweets...
Are you yawning?
No. I did once. In tweets last week...
I'm having a conversation with people in the studio, and I'm looking at one of them, and he's yawning as I'm speaking. And not just a stifled yawn, it's mouth wide open.
Trying to get your attention?
What does it say, Andrew?
In tweets last week, Gunn said he had apologized many times for a sense of humor that hurt people.
Yeah.
My days saying something just because it's shocking and trying to get a reaction are over. Since producer Harvey Weinstein's firing from his own studio...
Fucking Weinstein. Just effed it up for everybody.
Dude, that fat fuck.
It just effed it up for everybody.
Yeah.
Dangerous place we're in. All right, what else do we have in the news, Andrew? Please save us.
Yeah. Russia considers fake news law that would fine social media networks.
Oh, look at them. Look at them trying to...
Be something
they're like,
progressive?
We're not fake
Now
news.
we care.
Yeah, suddenly.
Russia...
We've meddled with their election long enough. What's going on? I see people talking.
Oh, it's about Menudo.
Oh, okay.
Russia is considering a new law that would allow the government to punish websites and social networks for user posts deemed inaccurate.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
The New York
Russia, we don't like what you said.
Yeah. From Russia with love.
the New York Times reports. If passed, the new law would require websites with more than 100,000 daily visitors and a comment feature to remove inaccurate information posted by users within 24 hours.
You know what? Maybe I'm a dictator, but I don't know if I have a problem with that.
Really?
If it's truly inaccurate information.
I feel like...
What if it says fuck Batman?
Oh, come on,
Is
Bobby.
that like a request? Or?
That's just morality. That's different. I hate people putting morality judgments.
We had a post banned because it said fuck Batman from the trailer.
And it wasn't even the F word. It was actually censored, but they still didn't want it. No, I don't know how I feel about this because I said a few weeks ago, I believe, I talked about this and I said, we need something. We need something to protect people from fake news because it's so bad. It is so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want the government to be involved, but this is what's going to happen though. You're going to see these things happen because it's becoming more and more dangerous with what they called it, meme warfare. One news organization, it was actually pretty amazing. I was going to share the video and I forgot to, but it was an entire expose on meme warfare and how memes are the most dangerous thing right now to American society because people read memes and think it's real. But it's just simply opinion on a photo. It was actually pretty scary. All right, what else do we have in the news, Andrew? What else do we have in the news?
Porn stars are now making content just for you.
That's what I'm talking about.
For a price.
Mm-hmm.
5 years... Ooh, where does this article start? Excuse me.
He got flustered. He saw women. Oh, gross.
You look away.
I can't make eye contact with this.
Their broad shoulders are so hot.
5 years later, Casey Calvert still doesn't know why a client paid her $600 to dress up as a feminized Freddy Krueger. Complete with clawed gloves and fake blood. Masturbate on camera.
We all know.
It's usually easy for Calvert, who has been an adult film performer for 5.5 years, to tell what a person's particular fixation is from their custom video requests. A specific bit of dirty talk, a piece of the costume she's told to wear, close-ups of her butt. But the 28-year-old never asks why they're requesting it.
Do you really got to request that? I mean, that's a given. Give me a CU of your ass, your vagina, your boobs. Like, dude,
Those sound like all my requirements for Superfan nomination.
Yeah, there you go. I like that, Bob. Go ahead, Andrew.
It's a big enough step for most people
I hate having to tell him constantly. Go ahead.
It's a big enough step for most people to email her and ask her ask that she bring their most intimate desires to life. Instead, she just moves on to the next order. Calvert is part of a recent re-engineering of the porn industry through direct communication with fans, which has allowed performers to make money outside a studio system that favors the newest or most famous stars.
There's a thing now, Thomas, called mini vids. I believe it's called mini vids. I think it's called mini vids or mini. Yeah, I think mini vids.
That's what it is.
And all the big webcam chicks are now doing this thing called mini vids. And you go to their website and it's on demand service. You can actually request their next video. For $25. There's one this woman is exceptionally hot. She's from South America, just amazing looking. She charges $95 to $300 per video, and you can see how much they order. She has 75 people that's paid that.
Oh my God.
On one video, Thomas.
We're doing the wrong thing.
Video. We are doing the wrong thing.
Dude, get those crotch cams.
Hey, for anybody that's interested, we will do the same thing with Thomas.
Yeah. I mean, how much are we talking?
That's a la carte service for you.
Yes.
We'll start light. We'll start you off easy.
The first
Thomas.
10 people that pay $75
maybe we'll have you start with
custom videos from Thomas.
Yeah, just full clothes to start with. Then we'll have you one where you look back at the camera and sit on a balloon and it pops. We'll just do different things.
Right. We'll ratchet it up.
We are doing it wrong.
Ass, tit, and penis.
I mean, I've asked
while he's eating chicken nuggets.
Oh, I've asked Maggie why she doesn't do stuff like this. I mean, because the people that say obscene things to her on Instagram, I'm like, well, let's use this.
I'm sorry.
Make some money.
Let's make some money.
That's usually me.
Why are we not doing this?
I asked myself that.
I cannot believe. Go to the mini vids and go to a popular webcam chick, and it will make you sick. How much money? Anybody that says it's a man's world doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. Women rule the world. When you could request $99, $300 for a 5-minute on-demand video, you rule the world.
Absolutely.
And I don't know a man alive that didn't have disposable income wouldn't do that. Especially now that they have an open line of communication and they feel like it's intimate now. These guys feel like it's like, oh, it's like strippers. It's like these are the new strip clubs. Oh, she likes me because she's stripping for me.
We're looking right now.
I give her good tips.
$15.99, $24.99, and
there's so many like people that have bought
$394.
There's one called Live Clio. Clio Live.
Is that the chick or the website?
No, the chick. Minivids. What's it called? The website? Minivids?
Manyvids.com.
Okay, Live Clio profile Minivids. Okay. She's super, super hot. Yes, I'm over 18. Please. She has one video that's been viewed 2,588 times, $28 per video.
Jesus Christ.
Add that up. Add that up. This is one video out of 76 videos. Whispering Blowjob is what the name of this is called. $28.99, and it's been viewed 2,588 times.
$2,500.
That's $75,000
for one video.
Boom.
This woman, you know how like sometimes women like can only do this for a short time and they start aging, and she doesn't have to do this for more than 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
And she's set up for the rest of her life.
Jesus
Squirting
Christ.
class detention with Miss Cleo.
So am I gonna have to start setting up us a mini-vid?
$23.99.
There you go.
$23.99.
Bobby called it.
5,700 views.
Get on it, Bobby.
Look up this Cleo chick. She is super hot.
What's it?
Her name is Live Cleo at Minivids.
Okay.
She's my type of chick. Anyways. We're all watching it. This is pervy. All right, what else do we have in the news? Andrew, please.
Woman admits to killing her father after finding his child pornography collection, including photos of herself.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Happy Father's Day.
A British woman was sentenced to 9 years in prison on Wednesday after she confessed to killing her father and burying...
What are you saying that about? Thomas, why do you say holy fuck?
Could you imagine that?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Live Cleo.
No.
Like, yeah.
Don't bone her up next to me.
All right, what else?
On Wednesday, after she confessed to killing her father and burying his body in the backyard of their home in 2006, after she discovered his collection of child pornography, including indecent images of herself.
I'm not going to lie. I would probably do the same thing.
The woman, now age 63...
Imagine finding photos of you, a stash of kiddie porn, and you're in that stash, and it's your parent. Yeah, gunshot to the back of the head, dude.
Yeah.
You're done. I don't give a fuck if we're blood related and if you took me to Parks.
If you bought me ice cream after the pictures.
I don't care. You're done.
Single tap to the head.
Yeah. I thought it's a double tap.
It's
No?
one to the
Double
head,
tap.
two to the heart.
Oh,
You don't want to waste ammo.
okay. All right, what else does it say, Andrew?
Barbara Coombs, age 63, of Reddish, Stockport, went to a police station in Stockport on January 7th, 2018, where she admitted she killed her father, Kenneth Combs, age 83, in 2006.
83.
Jeez.
Wow.
She told the police she snapped in January 2006 when she came across naked photographs of herself.
That is just
12 years?
That is just the biggest betrayal, though. You have a parent who is supposed to be your life.
I almost don't blame her.
I don't at all.
The person you're supposed to
trust. I just
trust.
said that. Where have you been, Tony? Did you just wake up again?
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying, Tony.
No, I just don't blame her. I'd give her a lighter sentence, really.
She got 9 years for murder. That's pretty light.
Yeah.
I would have given her
a good excuse.
I would have given her 4 years. I would have only because I had to.
She's 63. I would have given her house arrest.
Solid.
She's not going anywhere anyway.
You know what? You're right, because I would have said the guy's 83. What more life did he really have?
Took 5 years
she's
off
60
of that?
some years old. And she has maybe another 15, 20
She got
years.
away with it for 12 years and turned herself in. So frankly, as a cop, we fucked up here.
Yeah.
Nobody checked anything. Didn't give a shit.
I just don't think I mean,
slap on the
think
wrist
about
and call it a
ultimate
day.
betrayal, worse than anything.
They're the
A
people-
parent is supposed to be the person who protects you.
You trust implicitly.
Yeah, and they have nude photos of you in their spank bank. Oh, you're dead. Period. You're going down. Even if James Gunn supports it. All right, what else do we have in the news? Andrew, what else?
Oh my God. Am I doing it again? I'm doing it again. No, I think that's all we got. Did we get to the end of our news topics?
I can see it. There's another. It's right there.
It's over. It's over.
I got it. We're good. Humans to connect minds to robots to attend their own funerals by 2050.
I would support. You know what? I would support this technology only so that I can kill Andrew, and then make him watch as I piss on his corpse.
Fair.
Oh my God.
We'll be right back with the post show.
Thank you for listening to The Rain Man Show with your host, Michael Flores, with hosts Tony Sabal and Thomas Cowley, Andrew Spindler with the news, audio guru Dustin Lucas, produced by Michael Flores and Dustin Lucas. The Rain Man Show is a Cazador Productions and Rain Man Digital broadcast production. For all things Rain Man, go to rainmanshow.com.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the No Talent Rain Man Autistic Post Show with your host, myself, Andrew. It's a catchy song. With me, I've got Thomas.
Hello.
I got Tony.
Hi.
I got Bobby.
Hello.
How's it going?
Wow, you're going to start this one off on the right foot there.
I need to apologize.
Go ahead.
For how many things?
A lot. Specifically tonight.
That's going to be the whole 15 minutes.
Yeah. No, go on.
I don't know what happened. Just something snapped.
Did that story bring back flashbacks of your dad?
No. No, I couldn't focus tonight, and it was real bad, and I'm sorry.
Usually it's the guest in the room, and you usually don't have that, I don't have that effect on you.
Is it? I think it's because of the Patreon show where we started talking about sex.
Yes.
Ever since that topic, and he had to
Like
open
the
up a
kink
little bit.
side of it.
The kink, not the kink side of it. There was a joke that I made, and of course I thought it was the funniest fucking thing on the planet. Spoiler, it's not. And I got the giggles, and I just persisted over the last 2.5 hours. Just tanking shows.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know, dude. I don't know what to.
Yeah. I did want to talk about Movie Pass here real quick.
Okay.
It was something that we talked about just briefly in the Patreon show. They increased their rates for it was a premium price and peak shows. And Michael had found out that it was the peak shows seem to be consistent regardless of the movie from Friday through Sunday evening.
Basically your weekend
Right.
show, anything that you'd normally go to the movies for.
Totally defeating the purpose of a $10 a month, one movie a day subscription service. Right. So, Bobby, have you subscribed to the Movie Pass service before?
I've had it. Yes, I've had it forever. I kept telling Mike to get it.
Have you canceled your subscription?
No, because if you cancel, you can't get it back for 9 months.
Really?
Is there like a waiting list for that thing?
No, it's not a waiting list, but if you cancel, it's 9 months.
It's their way of saying fucker.
Yeah, you're either in it or you're not.
Yeah.
There's no, because I think what they do with that is they don't want you to go through like June or May through
When
August.
all the peak movies
and all the
are
peak
out.
movies cancel, go to all those movies.
People should just cancel just to fuck them over then.
Yeah. Well, they're it's gotten like progressively worse as a program because at one point you didn't have to, you could go see a movie multiple times. Now you can only see a movie once. So if I wanted to say go see, the latest movie 4 times in 4 days, I could only see that movie once now. So like Infinity War, I could only go see it once on the pass. I couldn't go see it 3 more times.
Yeah, and I something I said before, it sucks that they're doing that because it feels like they're hurting their first customer base. But I've told other people, I think that other subscription services will do that yearly, you have to stay locked in thing. I know a lot of people that are saying, oh, I do HBO Go only for when Game of Thrones was on, and then I cancel. I'm like, yeah, now because they let you. but it'll do the Movie Pass route where you have to either A, you sign up for a year, or B, you cancel, you're locked out for a year. They're going to do something like that sooner than later.
For me, the whole business model doesn't make sense as to how they're going to make money, because it's $10 a month, basically 30 movies a month. But how many people are going to take advantage of that? It's like a gym membership. You make money off the people who don't use it.
Yeah, they're hoping that, out of the 5 million, 2-3 million people don't go see more than one movie a month.
I'm just curious as to the back end for me. How is that subsidized?
It's not, and that's why the movie theaters hate it.
That's
right.
I mean,
how do the movie theaters? Oh, so break it down for me. So Movie Pass, I have a card, right?
Yeah.
I show up, I scan a card.
It's a Visa card. So you check in on your app. It puts the amount of the ticket on your Visa card. You go scan your Visa card. You walk into the movie theater.
So for the movie theater, they have you paid for a ticket.
Yes.
But the Movie Pass paid a different rate, and you got a discounted rate as a result.
That's interesting.
So for them, they can't really do anything about it.
The only way they can make it work is if they negotiated with the movie theater chains and said, if somebody comes in with a Movie Pass, you only charge us $5.99, and you be fucking thankful that Mike goes and spends $90 on food while he's there.
That's crazy.
Because me and Mike have had this discussion off air that I go to the Alamo right by the studio, and my free movie costs me $40 every time I go.
Yeah. How is that Alamo, by the way?
It's very nice. Yes.
Awesome. You know what's crazy? Roseanne.
Go ahead.
I didn't really watch her show because it's not my generation.
Right.
My parents never watched the show, so for me, even
Too
knowing
many chicks, not enough dudes.
I just didn't like TV shows of that ilk. But for me, even the fact that the show got a reboot was just baffling to me.
Well, that's not surprising to me because this is the era in which everything's getting brought back and rebooted. We have Fuller House. We have a new Arrested Development. Will and Grace is back. The X-Files is back.
There's going to be a new Arrested Development?
There already is. It's got 2 seasons.
Oh, the Netflix. It's a continuation.
There's a lot of those things that are coming back and rebooted and revitalized. The new Charmed they're talking about
Magnum PI, the podcast.
Magnum PI. Exactly. It's endemic right now because we're in a nostalgia period where we're just recreating things that were successful rather than try something new. And the time period in which we're in is the 90s right now. So Roseanne seemed good because it was, as Mike said, a show that had all kinds of syndication. Whether or not it was popular with the youth didn't mean people weren't watching it, like Seinfeld. The bigger thing is, I think, what Mike said is how has her family not said anything like mom, wife, whoever, shut the fuck up.
Because she makes millions and millions of dollars off her macadamia nut farm in
for a few
Hawaii.
months. Go underground for a few months like most celebrities do. You know who's smart and who hasn't said a goddamn thing since things blew up in his face? James
Spacey.
Franco. Kevin Spacey. Both went underground waiting it out. Because whether or not they did something wrong or were unjustly accused, it doesn't help to stoke the flames.
And everybody loves a redemption story.
Exactly. Robert Downey Jr. Mel Gibson's now in movies again after 15 years.
Yeah.
You can always survive, but Hollywood has a 15-year sentence, basically. But if you keep fucking up, you're going to become more and more of a pariah.
So the interview that she was on, do we know what the source of that interview was?
I do not recall, no.
It's just her screaming at the top of her lungs. And it's clear.
It's funny.
It's fucking hilarious. It's one of the greatest things I've seen in a while.
There's a rehab trip coming.
Oh my God. She's strung out like there's no tomorrow. Constantly running her hands through her hair, touching her face, grabbing and just locks and just in full fists.
It reminds me of when Britney Spears lost her mind.
Yeah.
People love watching a train wreck. And that's kind of what it is right now. They're waiting to see. It reminds me of Howard Stern's movie Private Parts, where people would listen and they asked everyone why. It's like, I love him. I can't wait to hear what he'll say next. And why do you hate him? Or why do you listen if you hate him? I hate him and I want to hear what he says next. Roseanne's a similar thing. Whether people like her or hate her, they're going to watch.
So something that I don't understand here is with this particular clip, we were watching it via YouTube on the official Roseanne Barr YouTube account.
Oh, everyone's got a YouTube account these days.
Sure, but why in the hell would they
put that on there?
Put that
probably because she wanted that on there, thinking, God damn it, this is why I want to get that out there. I want people to know I thought the bitch was white. That's why she did it. You know she's in control of that.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And why give it to somebody else to get freaking 3 million clicks?
Yeah, if someone's going to, because people are going to watch that.
And they're going to get paid by YouTube based on clicks. It doesn't matter what your content is.
You don't have a syndication show anymore. You need all the money you can get. Ad revenue.
Yep.
Speaking of all the money you can get, The Rock. Just picking up everything. In terms of movies.
Yeah.
Jungle movies out the ass.
Jungle movies out the ass.
We got Jumanji. We got Jumanji 2. We got The Jungle Cruise. Rampage counts as a jungle movie for all intents and purposes.
Well, if you want to count like Journey to the Center of the Earth 1 and 2.
Jungle. Well, he wasn't in the first one.
Was he in the first one?
He was in the second one.
Brendan Fraser was in the first one.
Oh, what was it like being in that movie, Thomas?
That was pretty good, but it's kind of a career low for me. It's fun, though.
But can you blame the dude? I think that The Rock is just going to be the action star. He just wants to be the generic action star. He wants to be Bruce Willis. He wants to be like...
It reminds me of Nick Cage more than anything else.
It's easy to be the highest paid actor in Hollywood when you do 73 films.
By default.
Yes. Yeah. You're like, oh, Rock made $39 billion last year at the box office.
$39 billion.
At the box office. Well, he had 73,000 films.
So where do you think his career is going to go after this? Do you think you really think so?
What he needs to chill out for a second and find that independent film that actually gives him some kind of acting cred.
Yeah.
And that's what like you always hear actors talk about. It's like, I'll do 3 or 4 money grabs to do one kind of independent, like I'll show my acting. Cause what was the Get Shorty remake?
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah. That he was in, that he was good. He played like a gay dancer or something. Like that, that he was actually acting in, and there was like Drive, I think, was another one.
And that's the thing is that he
used to do stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of that whole mentality. He's had to fight from being a wrestler to being I can be an actor, but he started out with like these jokey kids-esque movies.
Well, yeah, he had the Hulk Hogan thing
right
on him.
Then he had to escape that to become an action star. And then he's had a couple of instances where he can be a serious actor, more so, not like, Academy Award winning drama, but something like Ballers, where it's a little bit more serious by comparison to Rampage and Jumanji. So I think he's running out of steam on the action I can do and I can do no wrong. Every actor has like 3 to 4 years where they have that. So
anyway,
thanks for to change gears.
It's going to be interesting. Thank you guys very much for joining us on the post show here. We'll catch you next time. Dicks are real hot right now.